name is Rebecca and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to another episode of the history of Diabolik lovers. If you haven't already seen the first part of this series where I talk about Ayato Sakamaki, then I do have a playlist down below, so if you haven't checked out that video, go check it out first, come back, because today we're going to be talking about Ayato Sakamaki. If you have a character that you want me to do for this series, then please feel free to give me a comment down below and let me know what character you would like me to do next for next week. But before I start this episode, please subscribe to the channel. I post on a Wednesday and I post on a Sunday. I do anime content, fashion content, and I also just talk about a whole bunch of random stuff on the channel, so if you're into that, please subscribe to the channel. Also, you can follow me on my Instagram. I will leave the link in the description box down below for you. Also, before I start this video, I just want to say that all the information that I'm going to be talking about in this video is coming from the Diabolik lover fandom. If you do want to read this information for yourself, then all credits goes to them for a lot of this information in this video, so if you do want to read more and see more about this character, then I will leave links to that in the description box down below. So let's get into talking about Ayato Sakamaki. Ayato Sakamaki, one of my favourite boys in Diabolik lovers. Well, second favourite boy. He is 17 years old and he will stay 17 years old because, again, he is not a real character, sadly. He was also born on the 22nd of March. We don't know what year he was born in because obviously he is not real. He is an anime character, so we do not know what year he was born in because, sadly, again, he is not real. So Ayato Sakamaki is the third son out of the triplets. Now again, because we're going into the tradition, Japanese tradition, technically Ayato should be top #1 boy because he was first. But like I talked about in the last episode with Leito out of the triplets is the oldest out of them all. But biologically he's like the 5th eldest son because technically he should be the 5th eldest because he was also born first. But because we're going back into Japanese traditions, Leito was the first. Okay. So his father is Karl Heinz, aka the Vampire Daddy King himself, and his mother is Cordelia, who we all hate in the franchise. So let's get into Ayato's personality. So as we all know, Ayato is a troublemaker. He loves to start up trouble anywhere at all. He's just a troublemaker. He's also an attention seeker. He's also mysterious. So again, with Yui, he likes to cause trouble with her. He likes to get her in trouble. He likes to like play with her and tease her and just kind of mess around with her basically. But again, that's just all his personality. That's just what he likes to do. He likes to be a troublemaker because he is a brat. He also likes to refer himself as Osama. I think I'm saying that, Osama, which means yours truly. So he likes to also think about himself as the best. And you may hear himself say that in the anime, saying that yours truly gets her because I am the best. So he always refers himself as top dog, basically, most of the time. And of course, he likes to call Yui Chichi Shi, which means pancake breastless, basically. With Ayato, he also has a hard time understanding his feelings. He gets jealous all the time if someone has something that belongs to him. A lot of the boys are like this. A lot of the boys get jealous if someone has their prey or anything. He gets jealous if anyone has anything of his. He also, with this, hides his feelings a lot of the time. He doesn't want to share his feelings or his love for someone because of how he grew up. So let's go into the history of Ayato's. Out of all the triplets, Ayato was the one who got the most attention from his mother. Cordelia sadly abused Ayato through literally all of his childhood. Her goal was to make him the heir of the Sakamaki household, and in doing doing that, she basically just abused him the whole of his childhood. Which, by the way, why would you do that to your son? That is just, you're just the worst out of the worst to do that to your boy. So, no. Some of the things that Cordelia did was that she went and chucked him in a lake, and he obviously started drowning. As we saw in the first anime, she left him in a lake because he didn't want to follow the rules. He didn't want to be heir. He literally couldn't care less. And I think because of this happening, and obviously she telling him that he needs to be heir, I think that's also one of the reasons why he thinks he is the best and he has to be top dog, because of how he was treated as a kid. You see in the anime how he chucks Yui into a pool and tells her, say I'm the best, say you belong to me. He was taught this way because of his mother. His mother did that to him, telling him, you tell me I'm the best. And that's how he was brought up, and that's why he thought, you know, chucking Yui in a pool and asking her to say that things, that's normal. She should be telling me that because that is what I am. No, that's not right. That is not right at all. At all. And again, that's why I think he thinks that he is that because of what Cordelia did to him back then. Anytime Ayato would make a sandcastle or a castle and want to show off to his mother and show off to her and say, look how proud I am, I made this castle, she would just come and destroy it. She literally couldn't give an F about him. She would literally just come over here and just go, whoop, that's not what you're doing, get back upstairs and study. And that's horrible. And in regard of that thing happening, he would snap. He would destroy stuff. Karl-Heinz gave a bunch of flowers to Cordelia and he took that bunch of flowers off and he snapped it. He broke them up. He ripped them all apart. And no, right, if your parents are neglecting you and you're being brought up like that, then of course you're going to snap if you're not getting any attention from them at all. So I can see why he did that. Ayato has the strongest hate towards his mother, and no wonder why, because of the stuff that he had to deal with. He was also the first one to turn against her as well. And this all led up to them all grouping up together and end up killing her in the end. When Ayato was younger, he used to get on with his siblings really close. They were all really good friends and all had a good time. But as he got older, they all just kind of separated away and felt like, you know, they weren't really brothers anymore. And he just wasn't that close to them anymore like he was when they were kids. And that was really his history. I could go talk about him and Yui, but for this series I'm just gonna stay put and just talk about his backstory. We're not going into the fact that in multiple games, you know, he married Yui and things like that. I'm gonna just stick with the history in this. So that was really his backstory about how he was basically abused as a kid and how his personality was and is now. Okay, so let me talk about some little traits that he has. So Ayato is actually left-handed, which, hey, I never knew that. His also favourite food is takoyaki, which I think everyone knows that his favourite food is that. His Japanese voice actor has a little mini figure collection of Ayato, which I think is really cute. I actually saw this and it's actually adorable. He has like little acrylic Ayato figures like this. This is an example, but he has figures like that and it's so cute. It's honestly so cute. He also claims to know how to tie a tie, but he likes to tie his tie differently. You know how in the anime how he has it like a line? He knows how to do a tie, but he just chooses to do it how he wants. One time Ayato actually hid in a closet to hide from Cordelia so he didn't have to study, which fair game boy, I would do too. I would hide from something that I didn't want to do either. He also has admitted that he likes rock music, and one time he got to hold Teddy, so better have given that back to Kanto or you would have been dead. So that's pretty much the history of Ayato Sakamaki. If you want to read up and know a bit more about yourself from this website, leave it down in the description box down below. Make sure you let me know what character you would like me to do next for the history of Diabolik lovers. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I got loads of nice comments on the last episode, so thank you guys so much. I'm so glad you're enjoying this series as much as I am enjoying making it. give this video a thumbs up if you like the series, because that always helps me. Anyway guys, I'm gonna end this video off here. Thank you guys so much for watching another video on my channel. Hope you've all had a really nice day, evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. And remember guys, don't be scared to be a different. Bye everyone!